I would like to call this village board meeting of Thursday, January 23, 2025 to order. Will the clerk please take the roll?
President Coker?
Yes.
Trustee Schmidt is absent. Trustee Siddiqui?
Here.
Trustee Light?
Here.
Trustee Meritato?
Here.
Trustee Pojek?
Here.
Trustee Schroeder is absent.
Please stand and join me in the saying of Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
We now move on to petitions and community announcement. Trustee Siddiqui.
Keep your New Year's fitness resolutions going by signing up for a fitness membership at Sports Hub. Sign up or renew membership in the month of January and pay just $150 for the entire year or $11 for 1 month from the date of purchase. A membership to the Sports Hub Fitness Center also gives you access to our open gym, indoor walking track, half of featured fitness classes, and racquetball courts. For more information on the Sports Hub Fitness Center, please call 630-260-6060. Join us for the Glendale Heights Seasonal Market on the first and third Thursdays of each month. Shop for food, produce, crafts, and more from locally sourced vendors. The market runs from 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. at the Sports Hub. If you would like to be a vendor or for more information, please contact Tanya Mako at 630-909-5459.
Next is Trustee Light.
Good evening. The Village of Glendale Heights is now collecting broken or unused holiday lights. Lights can be dropped off at the Public Works Garage located at 1635 Glen Ellen Road on weekdays from 7 a.m. to 3 p.m. Lights accepted for recycling include all colors and lengths of mini lights, C7 lights, C9 lights, rope lights, and LED lights. For more information on holiday light recycling, please call 630-260-6000. Join the Village of Glendale Heights in celebrating National Salute to Hospitalized Veterans Month by participating in the Valentines for Veterans collection efforts. Annually, the village delivers beautifully written and decorated Valentine's cards collected from the community to Illinois veteran homes and veteran hospitals. Drop off your Valentines at Village Hall by Tuesday, February 4th to ensure a timely delivery for Valentine's Day. Please do not decorate your cards with glitter. Include social media contact information or include envelopes with the cards. If you have any questions, please contact Jessica at 630-909-5123. Thank you.
Trustee Meritato.
Register today for the mother-son dance. Be ready to have some time of your life at our Winter Wonderland themed dance. Enjoy an activity-filled evening complete with dinner and dessert. The mother-son dance will be Friday, February 21st from 7 a.m. to 9 p.m., 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. at the Glendale Lakes Golf Club. The registration fee is $75 for residents, $85 for non-residents, and $35 for each additional child. For more information, please contact the Sports Hub at 630-260-6060. Dance the night away at the annual Daddy-Daughter Dance on Saturday, February 22nd from 6:30 p.m. to 9 p.m. at the Glendale Lakes Golf Club. We will be celebrating Winter Wonderland for this year's theme. The evening will include dancing, dinner, and every participant will receive a souvenir to remember the night. The registration fee is $75 for residents, $85 for non-residents, and $35 for each additional child. For more information, call the Sports Hub at 630-260-6060.
Oh,
What just- Oh, yes.
The police department would like to remind residents of the parking regulations within the village during snowfall. There is no parking allowed on village streets designated as a snow route for 24 hours or after a snowfall of 1 inch or more. There is no parking allowed on any village street for 24 hours after a snowfall of 2 inches or more. And there is no parking allowed on any village streets for 72 hours after snowfall of 5 inches or more. If you have any questions regarding winter parking restrictions, please contact the Glendale Heights Police Department non-emergency number at 630-260-6070. The next coffee and chat with the village president will be on Saturday, February 1st at the Linda Jackson Center for Senior Citizens from 10 a.m. to noon. If you are unable to attend or have any comments, suggestions, or questions for the village president or village board, please call the village president's office anytime at 630-909-5302 or contact your district trustee.
Number 2, a proclamation to proclaim January 27, 2025 as International Holocaust Remembrance Day. If there are no objections, I will sign this proclamation. Is there any objection? None. C, public discussion of agenda items. Is there anyone in the public that would like to address this board on an agenda item only? Anybody from public? None. You have the consent agenda before you. Would acting village administrator, Doug Flynn, please read the consent agenda.
Thank you, Mayor. 1, approval of the regular board meeting minutes of January 9th, 2025. 2, approval of the committee of the whole meeting minutes of January 9th, 2025. 3, approval of the special board meeting minutes of January 16th, 2025. 4, approval of the accounts payable listing of January 23rd, 2025, total amount of $5,148,425.77. 5, resolution to approve and authorize the execution of agreement between the Village of Glendale Heights, Illinois and Christopher B. Burke Engineering Limited for the furnishing of professional design engineering services for the 2025 motor fuel street tax program. 6, a resolution to approve and authorize the execution of a agreement between the Village of Glendale Heights, Illinois and Christopher B. Burke Engineering for the furnishing of professional Phase 2 design engineering services for the Mill Pond Drive Surface Transportation Program Street Resurfacing Project. 7, a resolution authorizing the issuance of a notice of award and authorizing the execution of a contract for the repair of one influent pump for the village's wastewater treatment plant. 8, a resolution authorizing the execution of agreement for miscellaneous architectural services on projects of limited scope by and between FGM Architects Incorporated and the Village of Glendale Heights, Illinois. 9, a resolution authorizing the execution of a change order number 5 for the wastewater treatment plant phosphorus removal upgrade projects in the Village of Glendale Heights, Illinois. 10, a resolution authorizing the execution of a change order number 6 for the wastewater treatment plant phosphorus removal upgrade project in the Village of Glendale Heights, Illinois. 11, a resolution authorizing the execution of the Second Amendment to the contract with Service Sanitation Incorporated for portable toilet rental and services for the Village of Glendale Heights, Illinois. 12, a resolution authorizing the execution of a release and indemnification with Marquardt Middle School, District 15. 13, approval of pay request number 14 to Bother Construction Company for water supply facilities rehabilitation, total amount not to exceed $134,426.83. 14, approval of pay request number 17 to V3 Construction Group for the East Branch Tributary number 2 Channel Maintenance Project, total amount not to exceed $7,965. 15, approval of pay request number 6 to FH Passion, SN Nielsen Associates LLC for the Camera Park Turf Field Project, total amount not to exceed $335,577.06. 16 is approval of consent items.
Is there a motion to approve the consent agenda?
So moved.
Second, trustee Light.
Second.
Roll call vote, please.
Trustee Siddiqui?
Yes.
Trustee Light?
Yes.
Trustee Meritato?
Yes.
Trustee Pojek?
Yes.
It's all, Mayor.
The consent agenda is approved. Old business, there is none. New business. Number one, a motion to waive first reading on new business item 2 through 4. Is there a motion to waive first reading on new business item 2 through 4? Trustee Light.
So moved?
Second.
Second.
Just second, okay, roll call, discussion? None, roll call vote please.
Trustee Siddiqui?
Yes.
Trustee Light?
Yes.
Trustee Meritato?
Yes.
Trustee Pojek?
Yes.
The motion to waive first reading on new business items 2 through 4 is approved. Number 2, an ordinance to authorize the renewal of the entertainment permit for live entertainment for Nice Flats located at 729 East North Avenue in the village of Glendale Heights, Illinois. First reading is waived. This is ordinance 2025-01. Is there a motion to adopt ordinance 2025-01? Trustee Light.
So moved?
Second.
Discussion? None. Roll call vote, please.
Trustee Siddiqui?
Yes.
Trustee Light?
Yes.
Trustee Meritato?
Yes.
Trustee Pojek?
Yes.
The motion to adopt ordinance 2025-01 is approved. Number 3, an ordinance to authorize the renewal of an entertainment permit for live entertainment for Jack's Pub and Grill located at 338 East Army Trail Road in the village of Glendale Heights, Illinois. First reading is waived. This is ordinance 2025-02. Is there a motion to adopt ordinance 2025-02? Trustee Light.
So moved?
Is left side sleeping? Hello, I need second motion. Hello, left side.
I didn't hear my name called. I thought you
I
said
don't know your
Siddiqui.
name.
I think Chester had his
Second.
Discussion? Roll call vote, please.
Trustee Siddiqui?
Yes.
Trustee Light?
Yes.
Trustee Meritato?
Yes.
Trustee Pojek?
Yes.
The motion to adopt ordinance 2025-02 is approved. Number 4, an ordinance to authorize the renewal of an entertainment permit for a live entertainment for Pronto's Restaurant located at 2260 Bloomingdale Road in the village of Glendale Heights, Illinois. First reading is waived. This is ordinance 2025-03. Is there a motion to adopt ordinance 2025-03?
So moved.
Second Light.
Second?
Discussion? None. Roll call vote, please.
Trustee Siddiqui?
Yes.
Trustee Light?
Yes.
Trustee Meritato?
Yes.
Trustee Pojek?
Yes.
The motion to adopt ordinance 2025-03 is approved. Public discussion of agenda item. Is there anyone in the public that would like to address this board on an agenda items only? Anyone from public? Yes. Kim Darling.
Kim Darling, Greenbrier. Doug, how much was the turf field over at Camera?
The total cost?
Yeah, because we're on pay 5 of this?
Well, we pay them in stages.
Okay, but what was the total cost of that?
Of this request or of the
No,
turf
No,
A
itself?
little over $1 million?
Yeah,
Okay, that's what it was, to turf the whole field?
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Anybody else from public? None. Executive session, there is none. Adjournment, is there a motion to adjourn? Trustee Light.
Motion to adjourn?
Second.
Second is trustee Pat. Roll call vote, please.
Trustee Siddiqui?
Yes.
Trustee Light?
Yes.
Trustee Meritato?
Yes.
Trustee Pojek?
Yes.
This meeting is adjourned. Trustee Siddiqui, you have the committee of the whole meeting. Be a record.
I would like to call this committee of the whole meeting of Thursday, January 23rd, 2025 to order. Will the clerk please note who is present?
Hold on a second. Noted.
Does anyone have any additions or deletions?
Kangaroo courts, kangaroo board.
Hold on. Just Kangaroo Court. Okay.
Board, electoral board, not court.
Electoral Board, okay. Mr. Light?
Please presentation.
Police
Police presentation.
station. Anyone else? No? Okay, all right. Do we have anything from the Glendale Lakes Golf Committee?
No report.
Okay. Historical Committee?
No report.
Good. Ordinance Committee, I think Mary is not here, okay. Parks and Recreation Committee?
No report.
Property Enhancement, Bill is not here, okay. Senior Advisory, Mary Schroeder is not here, okay. All right, Mr. Coker, go ahead.
Okay, what happened on December 23rd, there was hearing on Glendale Heights Electoral Board, and I was the victim of those 3 people, trustees who were on the board. Trustee Pojok, who is sitting on my left side, and 2 trustee, others, one was clerk, she did not come after that. I feel, she feels shame, that's the reason she did not show up. And she feels shame again, today she did not show up. And then there was another trustee, 2 trustees, one Pojok and other was, who was that? Mary Schroeder. She has not shown for second time again. I believe what she feels may be shame. She cannot face, public, Main question is that I submitted 187 votes on my signature petition, and that board objection was filed again against Chaudhry Coker as well as one other candidate at Pope, and my signature was sent to a DuPage Election Commission, and DuPage Election Commission verified that Chaudhry Coker, Mayor of Glendale Heights, he has 157 valid signatures. But these 3 clerk, Mary Schmidt, Mary Schroeder trustee, and Pojok trustee of Glendale Heights, they are not expert in handwriting. They are not expert of signatures. They do not care about due process of law. And what they did against the US as well as US Illinois Constitution and laws of the land. They throw me out without any reason. And I have filed my judicial review. And to me, it's not just against Chaudhry Coker, it's against democratic process, it's against my people of Glendale Heights residents who signed my petition, even who did not sign. I will not, and I should not, and I will not betray my resident. I will fight till of my last breath. Thank you.
Okay, Mr. Light.
Okay. Last night we had a neighborhood watch meeting, which it wasn't very well attended, but it was very well done. I have to say the presentation that was done at that, I thought should be shared with more people. So today I want to ask George if he could possibly give us a little run through, maybe that presentation all over again.
Thank you, Mike. Thank you, Village Board, for letting me do this. As you guys know, our police officers make it a goal to have a proactive approach to working with our community and problem solving. Today at our DuPage County Chiefs meeting, we had a presenter there, and he talked about auto crashes throughout DuPage County and how there was a rise in the amount of injury accidents and fatal accidents. We also know that we have a couple of our officers who are part of the Merit Auto Crash Reconstruction Team. And in 2023 and 2024, there was approximately 47 fatal crashes. That is nearly one every week in DuPage County. That is incredible. We have talked about this before. It's a big societal problem. So, with that said, crime prevention occurs in positive police interactions with our police presence too. I've said before, when a chief says that they should be rated on the amount of crime rate, if they have a low crime rate, that means they're doing good. I totally disagree. If you have officers who are proactive, that means that they're out there making arrests, which means that your crime rate is going up, but your percentage of victims are going down. If your officers are staying in the station and only going out on calls, that crime rate is because they're letting crimes happen. Today we're going to talk about the proactive accomplishments that our police officers have done in 2024. Proactive policing efforts include community engagement, crime prevention, and enforcement action. Enforcement action and community engagement are the things that make crime prevention work. They are all intertwined. Community engagement efforts include foot patrols, extra watches, social service, referrals, and school crossings. When we talk about foot patrols, these are parks that they walk through, schools that they go to, apartment complexes, car dealerships, shopping plazas, and such. If you look at our foot patrols, last year our officers conducted 2,663 foot patrols. That's a 7% increase over 2023 and doubled the number that we had in 2022. The reason that's important, I'll give you an example of something that happened last night. Our officers were walking the Concord Green Plaza. They found a man who was in one of our businesses that were closed. He had multiple outstanding warrants and he was placed in custody. That is because they're on foot patrols, making sure there's no crimes happening at the plaza. In terms of extra watches, this includes when our residents go on vacation. If you didn't know this, you can do vacation house watches where the officers will make sure they check on your houses to make sure there's no criminal elements that are hanging around. It also includes building checks, checking businesses open and closed, going into stores and such, Target and Jewel, 7-Elevens, every store that we have. And when extra watches are requested by citizens or assigned by sergeants. Officers conducted 832 of those in 2024. Social services are very important to us. These are referrals that are completed by the officers or the supervisors, and those are for people throughout the community who might need help with mental health services. These referrals are given to our social workers at the police department who are in a partnership with us and NEDFIS organization. This includes crisis intervention, domestic issues, mental health issues, and family issues. If you see that we did 889 referrals last year. This is very important because the goals of our social service referrals are to ultimately make the individuals and the families whole. Remember, the most frequent calls that police officers go to throughout the country are domestic calls and crisis intervention calls. You can see how the amount of referrals have increased throughout the years. We started at 607 2 years ago, and now we're up to 889. The most important point that you will get out of all this is there is a reduction in domestic occurrences and crisis intervention calls. You guys might not know this too, the Glendale Heights is kind of a gauge for other agencies. We are asked to join in on grants and such because of the work that we do with our social service referrals. This is the reason why. In 2022, and 2023, we had about 100 of crisis intervention incidents. Those numbers in 2024 dropped to 67. In terms of domestic disturbances, we had about 380 to 400 in 2022. In 2023, those dropped down to 361. And domestic batteries, where somebody is injured or harm is done to them, the numbers went from the 290 to 258. Now, I don't necessarily want my officers and CSOs doing crossings, but they do crossings because the school crossing guards get sick sometimes. But why it is important is the officers get an opportunity to interact with the parents, educate them on parking issues and traffic issues. You guys all know that our biggest complaints are during the school drop-off and pickup with parking and traffic. But it's a great opportunity to meet the people in the community and talk with them. In terms of enforcement, now this is the other end of it. Remember, it's all for crime prevention. This includes traffic stops, traffic citations, driving under the influence, of course, ordinance citations, and parking issues, citations. This is self-initiated activity that's generally done by the police officers. Last year, we had about 7,000 traffic stops. This is the highest amount since 2017. Acting Village Administrator Flint will tell you in 2017, a very unusual thing happened in the state of Illinois. It used to be when we growing up at the police department, the rule was a ticket a day keeps the sergeant away. So everybody would have to write one ticket a day. In 2017, the state mandated that police departments could no longer tell officers they had to write tickets. So, of course, generally tickets started dropping. Then came COVID, and the state and the federal government said, hey, don't talk to people, keep away from people because we don't want the spread of COVID. So now traffic stops dropped even lower. We got back up to the number that we had in 2017. So now we'll go to the next part of it, was traffic citations. Again, in 2024, we had 4,800 plus citations for moving violations, equipment violations, just on traffic stops. The highest number since 2017. In terms of DUI arrests, we had 69 DUI arrests. Again, the highest number since 2017. Ordinance violations, that is somewhere in between a misdemeanor arrest and a parking ticket. For ordinance violations, again, the highest number since 2017, 463 ordinance citations. And last but not least is parking citations. Now, we didn't go down to the 2017 numbers, but we went to the 2019 numbers, and that is 7,800 plus parking tickets. So what I'm getting at here is that the actions are attributed to our officers' commitment to our community and our continued effort to make our community safe for our residents. I want to thank the board for always supporting the police department.
George, can you go back to the domestic violence slide? The one keep
Going forward.
one more.
Forward. Yeah, you passed it already.
So one more, David.
One
So
more. Go one more. Yep.
So domestic disturbance and domestic battery are two separate calls. So if you combine those together, you're at 600. You're at 600 some calls. So just for the public's knowing, for decades prior to NEDFIS and prior to having a full-blown social services unit within the police department, and again, NEDFIS is grant funded, so it's grant funded, not paid for by the village. We would average 2.5 to 2.75 domestics a day. So now we're at, call it 600, right? So you're at 1.5 to 1.75 a day. So our domestic violence calls are probably down 1 per day, which doesn't sound like a lot, but trust me, that's a significant decrease in the number of domestic violence. It's 300 domestic violence cases over a year. So we would average 2.5 a day. And when George said that we were a barometer for DuPage County, we led DuPage County in domestic violence calls for years. So reducing domestic violence calls by 1 a day not only gives officers a whole lot of time back to do other things for non-obligated times, but makes everybody that much safer because we're not on domestic violence calls and there's less violence within the village completely.
The whole idea, like we said, is to make families whole, individuals whole. And as I mentioned earlier, a firm out of California actually used that model and they're keep studying that model so they can get it through other agencies. So we're proud of the actions that we did. So thank you for letting me do this presentation again.
No problem, George. I just gotta say thank you for your leadership. Thank you to the officers that are under your leadership and all the stuff that you do get accomplished. I think it's absolutely amazing. Everybody, if you get a chance, find a neighborhood watch in your area. It's broke down into 4 different beats so that you'll have different information for each beat. It's pertaining to your neighborhood. It's pertaining to it's important to you. So take the time to go to some of these neighborhood watch meetings and get the attendance back up, and you'll get to see presentations and information like this. George, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Just want to add that, George, this is like my 4th year. In my 4th year, not a single complaint about your department or any of your officers. So kudos to you and your officers. You're doing a great job. Thank you. Okay. So now, is there anyone in the public that would like to address this board? Please come in.
Hi, Cheryl Fraun, Fullerton Avenue. I just want to say, Keith, thank you. Doug, thank you for how great the streets were, the sidewalks over by Americana, the library. During these bitter cold, you guys kept up beyond words. I can't thank you enough, and the kids can't thank you enough because they stopped falling and me yelling at them. So thank you guys so much for what you guys did. Your whole department, kudos.
Just don't give Keith credit for Jeff's work.
I want some, though. We'll make sure to pass that along, though.
Thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else? Okay.
Hey, Tommy. Ed Pope, Wayne Avenue. Sorry, Mikey.
It's okay.
I got an easy one and maybe a hard one. I don't know. The easy one's for Keith, for a change. Keith, with the OSLAD grant for the Simon property, are you gonna do another, like, public hearing, like the one when, the pre one that we did? So we can get the shark equipment? I mean dinosaurs.
For that reason, maybe not. We'll follow the process that we normally do. And so we'll have some different meetings. We still have to put together all the pieces of that proposal now that we've been awarded the $600,000. We're still about 6 months away from probably having anything that really starts this going.
But will you do that again, though?
Yeah.
Okay. And then, Chief, my second one's for you. I don't know if it's easy or hard, I don't know, but I talked about it a couple months ago. Those flashing lights that you're putting on the stop signs, they're freaking horrific, man. At night, they're blinding. I mean, why are we putting those up? They're that hard on your eyes. I get it, but stop signs have been up for 1,000,000 years. How much do those things cost? They can't be cheap. And I'm telling you, I can't, when I come up to those stop signs, it's unbearable.
And those were requests to have put up by schools. And you're talking about the red flashing lights?
Yeah.
That are on the stop signs?
The crossing guards,
and
the
the white
schools, the residents.
So
Yeah.
there's been a lot of complaints.
Really?
I had a lot of people ask me for those. They started popping up. The residents that asked for more visible crossing areas for cars to stop. I know the crossing guard at that corner complains a lot about cars not stopping. Local resident who loves to watch the traffic pattern, nobody ever stops. As soon as they went up, she noticed that people were stopping, coming to a complete stop. She did notice a change in the traffic patterns.
Yeah,
So-
you know that's BS as well as I do.
For now,
because
yeah, people get used to it.
everybody's gonna tell you that so they get what they want out of you.
Right.
No one, I've lived in front of Hall School for 31 years this year, and no one ever stops at that stop sign. You know, not even I was gonna say public works, I didn't mean that, but I meant like the garbage men and, you know, just trucks. I get it. So, you know, if I tell you, oh, Mike, they're not gonna do this, or to get you to put a sign up, it's just they're really hard. I have really sensitive eyes though, but at night, during the day, they're fine, but at night, they're blinding.
Yeah, I haven't had too much problem with myself, but my eyes aren't all that sensitive.
Yeah. So maybe you are focusing too much on the stop sign?
I can't help it. I just wondered, you know, you don't see them too many other places, and I can't imagine they're not cheap, and,
Actually, they're all over Carroll Stream. They're everywhere.
yeah, I just wondered. Thanks.
Okay.
Board members, I want to bring it to your attention.
Your name and address?
Tony Andrade. Okay. Want to bring it to your attention, I did go to the election hearing. That was, I believe, December 23rd. It was a one-sided hearing. It was terrible. I saw two grown men running for mayor legitimately, and they were disqualified over the political tactics. And I know everybody's bowing their head down. I don't know why. I am addressing the board members. As a
Taking
village,
notes.
as a village person, the outcome was they did remove the current mayor off the election. Not a big deal. He's fighting it. It's not a big deal. On the record, your board member, Mr. Pojek, and I really don't want to use the word Mr., called me, a resident of Glendale Heights, son of a bitch Mexican in front of everybody. In front of the election judge, in front of the mayor, in front of Doug, in front of the two police officers. This is very, very unacceptable. Today it's son of a bitch Mexican, then it'll be son of a bitch what? Black American, Jewish American, gay American? Where does it end? Doug, I had asked for a public apology. I'm gonna give him the opportunity right now if he decides to do it. If he don't, we already have an attorney on board. This could end tonight. Or you guys are gonna keep getting sued, and it's bad for the city because we pay for it, not you guys. I own a lot of houses in Glendale Heights. I pay for it. I'm asking for a public apology. Mr. Pojek, you have the floor.
He is a habitual jerk.
Yes, unfortunately. And it is on the record and it was recorded, so you can't deny it. If they pull the public record, you guys can FOIA it, you'll hear the recording. I'm a son of a bitch Mexican because I testified that I did sign his petition. That's why you called me a son of a bitch Mexican? How do you board members feel about it? Since you're running, Siddiqui, how do you feel about another board member addressing a resident like that? You accept that? You're coming up for election, what's it gonna be?
They want to win, you know, they want to throw
At any
layer of
cost.
people from the ballot. They did.
Race
What they
include.
could do
Race include.
is more than racism, you know, it's corruption.
Michael
They are
Light?
corrupting people.
You're okay with him calling me a son of a bitch Mexican as a resident?
No, I'm not.
No, Michael Light.
I never said that.
Your
I'm
time is
asking.
over.
I never said
Thank you.
that. Thank you.
Wow. So I guess it's lawsuit it is, huh? All right, residents, I gave him a chance.
Doug, before that, can you just describe the election board process? Like, I think we hired a outside attorney, correct? So what is the process so people can know about that? Ma'am, I will be addressing you
someone
just a
told me
minute.
to
Yeah,
come up.
yeah, thank you. So, people
By
know.
statute, the election board is set as the mayor, the clerk, and the senior board member. In this case, the mayor couldn't serve on the election board because he was the person that was being contested. So a next senior elected official was placed on the board. So that's set by statute. The village hires a attorney experienced in election law to run the election board process. So that's how we got our attorney. There's not very many attorneys that actually do election law full-time. So we have an attorney that was hired by our law firm to run the election board.
Okay.
So that's how the election board panel was made up.
Okay. Thank you. Yes, ma'am.
Hi, Kelly Lambert, Gilberto Street. First of all, I want to say I love that patrol watch and the statistics a lot. My question is about those the stop signs with the lights. We have a similar situation. I've seen those around the school areas, and I kind of like them. And I don't know if they work or don't work, but how do we get something like that? Because we have a really, really bad thing too, that no one stops. When it was a two-way stop, they always stopped. Now it's a four-way, no one. And I work from home, and yeah, I watch the traffic too. So I'm just kind of wondering, what is the process and
Where do
how
you
can
live,
you
ma'am?
get one of those?
Where do you live, man?
Burgess?
Gilberto and Montana.
Stop at my house.
By the big blue house, no, okay.
Okay.
Yeah, it's the corner of Gilberto and Montana, but Elgeld, I'm sorry, Montana was I'm sorry, please, it's the first time here. Elgeld
And Gilberto?
and Gilberto, yes.
So you need that flashing sign?
I would like that and see if it works or doesn't work. I mean, I like them, I've seen them in the school zones, I like them.
Okay.
So I would like to see if that might help in our particular, I mean, we've had dead animals right at stop signs. We've had feral cats run over. People just, and their kids, parents taking their kids to and from school. You can see the kids in the back seat. They just don't stop.
Okay. All right. Thank you. ma'am.
Thank you.
Anyone else? I guess no. Okay. Is there a motion to adjourn?
Motion to adjourn.
Mr. Light?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
This meeting is adjourned.